Hey guys, it's GMAN here and welcome back to another anime reaction. Today we'll be reacting to the opening for season 2 of the Eminence in Shadow. That is right, we're going to react to it, we're then going to break it down, which we'll get into some spoilers, but the first thing I want to do is of course check out the new actual opening because I have not watched it for myself. I am very hyped for it though, to say the very least, and of course I've already reacted like the first episode of season 1, so if you want to check that, link will of course in the description down below. But for right now though, let's get into it. Dude, this is, I'm pretty sure this song is by OxT, right? I just know it sounds really good. The budget got increased so much, so they have so much to work with. So we got him walking between all the characters he saw in the first season and fought against. Last being Aurora. I'm about to say that wrong. Then we got the new Lawless City of the main antagonist. Then the what was it, financial arc, and some of the new characters. We'll go over them near the end. I don't know what this whole collage is supposed to be. Like, the music's awesome, don't get me wrong, but everything else is kind of a bit random. Then we got him two getting hit by Truck-kun. Instead of reaching out, he just slams his hand down. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something for that. I don't think it's supposed to be aura or anything. The semblance there is interesting because he's higher than everyone like in the whole world, so he's like in a higher plane. So there's that. So I want to quickly say it. The opening is so freaking good. Like, the music and everything is just awesome. I'm probably listening to this back like hundreds of times over. And this is by OxT. It's called Grayscale Dominator. Is that actually the name of it? So yeah, the name of the actual opening is called Grayscale Dominator. I will say though, quickly, like, the opening in itself doesn't really have much going on. You kind of got Sid doing his thing, reincarnated, going through the process of life and his past experience with being the Eminence in Shadow from the first season. We get a montage of all the people he's versed, from being as simple as volume 4. We get introduced to her. I forgot her name. If you guys want to remind me who she is in the comments, go for it. I kind of forgot her name. It's like Akari? How do you say that? Well, whatever her name is, I can't remember what it is. But long story short, she's going to be important down the line. It's really cool that he introduced her in the first season in volume 4. Well, they made literally the first episode have a part of volume 4, which was cool. Then of course got the military soldier, which we saw he versed, to him, being all these people in the background. We got the butler. We got this guy, which is the first real pony he's ever versed, to Alexandria, Alexandria, Eris, the scientist, the mad guy, Claire, to being just a bunch of other notable characters. I don't need to go through every single one. There's not like one or two that like are unique, and this one's kind of more just a collage of everyone he's actually ever versed. So people being the background of actually notability in the story. Then we get the focus on the next segment here, where he literally goes over the arc this is focused on. I'm pretty sure it's just like a super simple as Lawless City. No, this is the Blood Moon arc or Lawless City arc. And then the second part is the main antagonist. So fair warning, this is where we get the spoilers. So this person right here, it's actually the either this is Rose or the Blood Witch. All you need to know is that the Vampire Queen is going to be introduced later here, and she's like on par with Aura, the Witch of Calamity. She's not as strong as her. She's like right below her. Like, Sid's of course on top of the power scaling. I don't know, I have to double check the power scaling. All you really need to know is like most of the people who are from ancient times are OP as hell, and then like after like Olivia's, then it's a alpha and stuff like that. But pretty much anyone can beat like anyone from the past. And I don't know who exactly this is. I think this might be like the main focus antagonist, but like he isn't the antagonist. I'm not entirely sure who that exactly is. It'll come back to me at some point. Then we get the focus on the next arc right here. This is supposed to be the financial arc or the warfare arc. All you really need to know is we're gonna get introduced to John Smith. We're gonna get introduced to him, which is OP. He's fun. He's a really good character. I'm not gonna say any more than that because it'll spoil. You get to see who are the main focus of that story. We of course have the Fox girl, which you can see here. She's gonna be accomplice with Sid. And then of course we got this guy who's pretty much the main antagonist, who has relationships with her in the past, but however he was corrupted because he was trying to help his people, but in the long run he got corrupted because of the power. And you know, they used to be lovers. That's really all you need to know about them. They're finally showing the Academy arc, and this is this is honestly the third arc of the actual what is it? This is not volume 4, this is like volume 3 still, but like this is where we get to the part where we get introduced to like the Queen, and then we get of course 666, or as we know, shit, I forgot her name. I just know it's 666, and that's the only thing I really need to know. But all you need to know, there's gonna be some romantic warfare arc going on there, and it's supposed to be politics. There's a lot of drama. I'm not gonna say any more about that because when it gets into serious spoilers, all you really need to know is 666 gets betrayed pretty much by everyone she could ever possibly think of. And then we have all the screens going black, and I think I know what this is supposed to symbolize. It's supposed to be symbolizing, which is big spoilers. I don't know if we're actually gonna get this, but this is where I say, hey, heads up, this is where like it actually gets serious. At a certain point, Sid versus a calamity monster, I forgot the name of it, but all you really need to know is he defeats it with absolute ease, and during the process a rift occurs and he goes back to Earth from which he originally came from. And all you need to know, the world is in collapse, the world's in chaos, and then of course he'll come back at some point. Like you're gonna see like the screen goes black here because he literally leaves after that arc and returns later on as the Eminence shadow later down the line. But this is kind of just like the symbolism for that, for where the world kind of getting shattered and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna get that arc where he goes back to Earth until like season 3. If we get season 3 of that, that'll actually be insane, because that's where the whole like story is, where like it shows him going back in isekai again, and then he just does that again, bro, and he comes back to the other world. When he comes back to being the Eminence and shadow in this world, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's so much going on here, and that's kind of the big thing from the first trailer too. Like, okay, so here's the part we got to keep in mind. This whole scene right here when they show Sid in the first trailer is supposed to represent him coming from volume 4. So of course after he leaves and gets hit by Truckun Isekai, the whole world starts noticing monsters appearing in the world, and like they aren't really notable, they're kind of just like here and there, until one day they literally destroy society into collapse, where literally nuclear missiles won't work against them. Everything in the possibility could not work, to where they make super soldiers. And I'm not gonna say more than that because that's when it gets really into it. But all you need to know, the reason why in the first trailer Sid is literally rocking around in a junkyard, this isn't a junkyard, this is a false society, and that's what it's supposed to represent, because you see everything around him has collapsed, and that's because society has collapsed in the world and of which he came from. That was the whole symbolism to that, and like many people probably won't catch on unless you're a light novel reader, unless you read into it. And that's why they kind of like showed that from him coming from the first story to like society collapsing, and then they really just hid most things in this trailer. There really isn't much else. And the big part you gotta really focus on is like this part right here, when he turns the TV screen. You see him from when he first gets isekai'd, right? He gets a new life in a new world, to his first antagonist, to like the lore for how deep these trailers, these openings go is very deep, and that's all you really need to know. Like, yo, this is about to be insane though. If we go into the was it Crown arc, or not Crown arc, I don't forget. All you need to know is 666 arc. We'll just call it that for the time being. But yeah, it's my trailer breakdown and reaction, of course, the Eminence of Shadow season 2 and season 1. If you guys enjoy, make sure to smash the like button and get subscribed so you don't miss some future anime reactions. Until then, I'll see you around. Okay, cool.